After he disappeared around the corner, I ponder where Rin could really be. It feels like she has not one, but at least half a dozen of these secret places. I balance between the desire to solve this tangle and drop it for good. The disused classroom is just a few feet away. What do? As I push open the door, only the shadows greet me from the inside. Hey there. She's standing in the middle of the sunlit room, peering through the gaps of the curtains out into the yard. Like so often before, she doesn't start or jump, just calmly waits for me to make the first move. As if she's trying to become a permanent part of the furniture. Teach is looking for you. A blank look over her shoulder is all I get, accompanied by a cryptic non-expression on her face. Are you looking for me too? Nah, I already found you, didn't I? Did you? She furrows her brow, looking so puzzled that it makes me wonder if the question was asked at all in seriousness. Maybe it was. Are you talking metaphorically now? Do you mean like eels? Caves and dark, stormy nights? I'm bad at talking like that. The abruptly ended greetings give me the chance to close the door behind me and sit down on a dust-covered desktop. Rin stays standing, but at least she turns around. I soon wish she didn't, though. So oppressive is her expectant stare. This is her place, and I'm an intruder, although a tolerated one. Despite that, she still waits for me to say something. If only I knew what. The sunlit silence presses me towards decisions. I came here without really thinking what I would do, apart from delivering to me a short message in case Rin was here. She was, and now I don't know what else I want to say. What else should I say? I hover between my two options for a moment. Rin being troubled troubles me too. It's a surprising revelation, almost as big as realizing that she really is... Okay, it makes sense now. Jesus, took way too long. Almost as big as realizing that she really is troubled was. Nothing I can do would probably help, and I might be partially to blame, too. Does it mean I should just wash my hands of her? I didn't think so. So, what's wrong? Nothing. She starts to turn away again as if trying to physically exit a conversation she doesn't want to have. Rin, stop trying to dodge me or I'll leave. Okay. Do you want me to leave? Are you still angry? It took us, or was it only me, 10 seconds to swamp the conversation into this. I wish we could just erase the past, or failing that, forget all about it. I wished for that more than once in the last few months. Let's just put that aside from the time being, alright? If you say so. I do. So, what's wrong? Sai and Amiya were not too happy that you just ran off yesterday. You left them in quite a pinch. I suppose the teacher wants some kind of an explanation. It seems like you just threw out everything you'd worked for, and I don't get why. Did I make a mistake? My reprimanding and her flat answer go so much against the usual expectations and presumed interactions that I might just as well be someone else talking. Neither of us is like we used to be. This stiff, constricting feeling I get every time I look at Rin nowadays seems to be mirrored in her own behavior. I hate things that go irreparably wrong. Ever since February, I have hated them. What can I say? Her question is trailed by a compelling, quizzical stare that makes me sigh and frown. Conversations no one wants to have are the worst. Dude, I know. I don't know. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but it was probably pretty stupid. She responds with a sigh of her own, although hers is not nearly as heavy as mine was. I just couldn't do it. But why? What's wrong? A pause, a furrowed brow, a quiet voice. Let it be, Hasao. I don't think I can really explain it in a way that would make any sense. Yeah, Rin doesn't want to have this conversation either. That may be for the better. But how rare of her to admit that she has some kind of limits. I always thought RIN was all but ignorant of her tendency to get distracted, so much that she inadvertently obfuscates everything she says. You never explain anything in a way that would make sense.
Nobody else ever asked me to.
I guess that's how it is. But I always wanted to make sense of you, to find out who you are. I still want to. Can't you see that? I know you can't. But I do. Is that why I keep it up? It pains you as much as it pains me. It's unlikely to be of any use to either. We did things and said things that can't be undone. It's as if you and me being close to each other that just hurts us both, but we still deliberately keep doing it. Isn't that kind of silly? Even now I can see how you force yourself to respond even though you owe me nothing. Even if it's hard to talk about things like this. Why? Why is it that you paint?
Because I don't know what else to do. Or what else I could do. It's like this feeling that there's no choice. That it's the only thing that I can do. Like when there's only watermelon flavored popsicles left in the store, but you need to eat a popsicle.
Her poor metaphor aside, she didn't really answer anything. If possible, this makes even less sense than not knowing. I mean, I kinda get it. But if you don't want to paint...
I'm not like that. You had to come to the school even though you probably didn't want to have a heart attack.
She pauses, frowning as if something in what she said didn't please her.
At least I think you wouldn't.
Her careful follow-up is followed in turn by another shorter pause with another smaller frown.
Would you like to have a heart attack?
No, I wouldn't, and I didn't want to.
But you're doing fine, aren't you? Or are you still sad about it?
Rin's question makes me realize that I haven't really thought about my illness for weeks. Aside from chugging down my medication every day, there's been no need to concern myself with my broken heart, which I'm only thankful for, really. Getting to know new people, a new school, a new town, a new life, it has all caught me and made the past fade away. No. I guess even I can't dwell on the past indefinitely.
See? Even watermelon doesn't really taste bad if you have to eat it.
Her half-nonsensical closure seems to put an end to the subject in Rin's mind, so I just nod in uncertain confirmation. There are two kinds of silences, awkward ones that you want to break and comfortable ones that you don't mind. The first kind is bad, because it makes your thoughts go awry like mine do now. Dude, I fucking know so bad. It's the worst thing ever. Looking at Rin makes me feel bad. I don't want to feel like this. Looking at Rin makes me feel exhausted. I really tried my best. She tried too. I have no idea. But we ended up like this, and she ended up screwing up our exhibition opening. It feels like we're at a dead end. There's no direction to continue to. I reached out for her yesterday thinking it would be the last time. And she walked away. I want to be me. The heck does that even mean? Rin, if anyone, is most definitely herself. I feel kind of relieved that I'm not the one to blame, but it still grates on my mind. Why did she run away? It didn't make any sense yesterday, and it doesn't make any sense today. The things she said feel like they should make sense, but they just don't. To me. You know, about the thing you just said.
Which one of them?
Painting. Say I said something like that to me before. That a true artist does not paint because she wants to, but because she must. And I've been wondering about what she said. Why do artists have to paint? My question is probably pretty stupid. I mean, no, I get it. I get what you're going for, man. I don't know if I'd be able to answer you very well, but... maybe I could, but I guess it would be more with writing and stuff than it would be with painting. Because I'll go fucking crazy if I don't. It's just way too much shit going on in my head. At least Rin looks at me in the blank way that seems to say so.
I don't know. Am I an artist?
Well, you paint stuff, and you have had an exhibition, too. I'd say you qualify.
I think I still don't know, but okay.
The thinking pause that follows seems to last for half an eternity. Unlike most people, Rin doesn't flavor her thinking pauses by body language or saying like or anything. Not like me, who says like and 9,000 fucking times when he's trying to say something. I've noticed that I prefer her way. The usual way even annoys me, I'm sorry. As if people were so infatuated by the sound of their own voice that they just have to keep making some noise even though that they were just thinking what they could say next. I don't know why I do it. I think it's because I feel like there has to be something. There has to be something. It's not so much that it's my voice, it's just it feels like there needs to be more. I don't know, I guess. I don't know if that makes sense. Rin just comes to a full stop while she's thinking. It's disconcerting because reacting to people spacing out is always hard, but she comes off as less obnoxious. Fuck you too, Asao.
I think I want someone to see what's inside me. Not the way doctors and serial killers do. The way that doesn't make me feel lonely. This is what you call metaphorical, you see?
Please don't lecture me about self-evident things.
It's not self-evident that this is self-evident.
So you present a painting to someone and expect them to magically see a glimpse of your soul?
It's not like that. It's just a little like that, but not really. Don't you understand?
I do. I kinda don't. You know, I feel a little bit of despair every time you ask that question.
What question?
About whether I understand you or not. She seems almost surprised at my clarification.
Oh, it's not really a question. It's one of those kind that you don't have to have an answer to.
Rhetorical?
Yeah, that's the word. A question that is not a question is a rhetorical question. How nice. That reminds me, it doesn't really make sense. What kind of person is that isn't... What kind of question is one that isn't a question?
A rhetorical one.
What kind of answer is an answer that doesn't answer anything?
Is that a rhetorical question?
You are not funny. But if you don't like it, would you like me to say something else instead? I don't have any good ones, though. How about... Your pants are on fire? This can be our secret language.
Rin's honest-to-goodness silliness, made twice more ridiculous by the fact that I know she's dead serious, derails me like it always does. Isn't that kind of like the worst, too? Like, if you start kind of chuckling in a situation that, all in all, is not a really good thing. Because, like, it could be great, because everyone starts chuckling, maybe you kind of pull yourselves out of that dark place with that, or you just look like the fucking asshole who's laughing in a terrible situation. Like me. Like me at all times. It's like some kind of safety lock to prevent me from becoming too much of a worrywart, dragging even my own thoughts off the ground where they should be. It makes me smile confusedly, but only on the inside. Even though the corners of my mouth are not drawing into a grin, I'm still impressed by her ease of wrecking any attempt to be too serious. Should she will, so forget, and ignore things that bug her, things that bother her? Wow, that was difficult to read. Should she will so be free, or whatever but what the fuck? Stop writing that. I can't, my brain is, what? Ugh. Am I the only one who feels burdened by being myself? No thanks. But still, the times when I feel that I'm on the same page as you are pretty rare. It feels like there's this huge gap, and sometimes you just go to the other side, and I don't have any way to reach to you from where I am. It's like you're in some completely different place at times. Even though you're right there. That's right. There is an insurmountable discontinuity, an imaginary glass wall that blocks comprehension from happening. There might be a gap between any two people, but with Rin, it feels more tangible. Rin doesn't react to my thoughts, not to the ones I uttered aloud, nor to the ones I did not. It's even worse with art. I'm not very good at art, I admit it. I joined the art club because I thought it could be interesting, and And I guess it is. I mean, I like art. I like your art too. But just like with you, I can't wrap my head around it. And I'm pretty sure nobody really can. It seems to worry her slightly.
Do you think so?
Yeah. I guess art is meant to be interpreted, not understood. That's how I'd put it.
Well, that's a sad thought.
I guess it might feel like one. Does it make you feel sad for yourself? And Rin thinks about this for a while and then shakes her head surprisingly vehemently. The first thing she focuses her eyes upon afterward is me. Both of these things make me glad and relieved. That's good, isn't it? Anyway, you should go see the teacher and apologize properly. I think he's kind of worried about you. Can you do that? This time she nods her head. Only it's not as vehement. The hallway is empty, almost intimidating. Namiya's office is the art classroom at the other end of the third-floor hallway. Our steps echo disturbingly. The atmosphere is unlike on a normal afternoon. It feels like the school knows that nobody will be coming back for a month, too. The door is open, but not very inviting. I'll, wait outside.